Good morning. My name is Dr. Quinn.
And I'm Melissa Quinns.
And today we're going to give you a glimpse to our fitness regimen. What do we do to try to stay as healthy as we possibly can?
Normally throughout the week, we work out pretty much every day during the week.
Right. But before you even start on an exercise regimen, the first thing you want to do is define what it is you're going to do. And Melissa, she's got a really cool acronym that can help you come up with a plan that can really ensure you a much better chance of being successful.
These are called SMART goals. These are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and that can occur within a specific time frame.
Right. And I had this same conversation with a patient on just last week, because the patient, every time she would come every 3 months for her follow-up for hypertension treatment, she would always end by agreeing, Dr. Quinn, I want to start a fitness regimen, exercising, getting healthier. And we were so excited, we high-fived, everything. But then she come back 3 months later and she let me know that she was unsuccessful. She just said, I don't know where to start, and I just couldn't start, and let's do it again. These leg lifts are a great way to work those abs.
On days when I ride my Peloton or run on the treadmill, I'll add ab exercises to work my core.
So the first thing that this patient and I did was we identified what is a specific exercise she wants to do. And we talked about me, I'm a runner, I like to run, but she didn't want to run. She's a little arthritis, that's okay. Melissa, she likes riding the bikes.
We love my Peloton, the bike, and the treadmill. That was actually his treadmill. Now it's my treadmill.
Right. But she didn't have that either. She didn't want to go to a gym and do weights because she was a little bit shy. That's okay. You don't have to go to the gym. So we came up with a walking program. So specifically walking.
Planks are great for the core as well.
Also, this ab will really change that core. This particular patient, she had not walked before. This is something new. I mean, she walks. She got into the clinic from the car, but she's never walked in a exercise regimen program. Right. So, she asked me, she said, well, how far do I need to walk? And I said, let's start out with 1 mile. 1 mile. And our clinic is not far from Parham Bridges Park. I don't know if you're familiar. It's on the corner of Old Canton and Ridgewood Road. And if you go around the park one full time, it's 1 mile.
This is a really great way to work your lats.
And pull-ups are a great way to work those lats as well. The thing we have to do is figure out, is walking something that she can do? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? Is it achievable? Okay? Mm-hmm. So basically, we talked about it. The fact that she has arthritis, running would not have been attainable. Okay? Because that boom, that pounding, the gym was not attainable. It was not something that she was ready to do because she was shy. She didn't want all the people looking at her. That's what she said. It's fine. Don't worry about them. Forget them. But walking is something you can do very privately. Bench press is a great way to work your chest.
Dumbbell press is another great workout for your chest.
Realistic. Okay. And what do we mean by realistic? A lot of people, they'll come in and say, Dr. Quinn, I want to start exercising, and I think that I'm going to skydive out of an airplane.
That's not realistic.
And, land on the ground, turn like 3,000 flips, and then swim across the... No, let's start out like my patient.
You won't be able to do a triathlon when you just start exercising.
Right. So you got to start out with something that's realistic for you, but realize that you can progress and get better and better with time. But you got to start out with
something realistic.
Sometimes I like working out outdoors so I can get that sunlight in. Time, right. So she wanted to know approximately how long should she walk. And we came up with a distance of 1 mile. Mm-hmm. And I told her that it takes me approximately 10 minutes to run 1 mile for me running. So we came up with anywhere from 20 to 25, even up to 30 minutes if that's what it took to start out where she would walk slowly, and over time she would try to walk with more intensity. But right now we're going to start out with slow. So we gave it 23 minutes. That was her time.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's looked at all the SMART goals, and she has a better chance. And I'm really feeling good about her. I can't wait till she comes back for her next. I'm going to call. Can we call her?
Let's call her right now.
No, we can call her. We're going to call her on Monday, and we're going to find out how she's doing. we have a guest, a special guest. Holly, say hello. Hey, how you doing? All right, now off you go. All right. So now that you've seen a lot of the equipment that we use, some of our techniques that we employ here at our home, let's talk about a specific patient that we had to write a special prescription for.
What kind of prescription did you write the patient?
Well, basically this patient, he needed something in writing. He wanted a prescription. So I said, okay, I'll write you a prescription. And basically what we did, I'm going to go ahead and sign it. I'm going to put John Doe at the top because we don't want to tell his name.
We want to remain HIPAA compliant.
There you go. John Doe. Okay, so John Doe got what's called a fit prescription. Okay? So a fit prescription is another technique that we employ that can really, really positively impact their medical health as far as diabetes, hypertension, and just all types of medical conditions in the future. So this was a really good prescription for my patient.
Okay, so what does the F in FIT stand for?
Well, the F stands for frequency. Okay, so basically the patient and I, we decided on a walking program for him as well, just like the previous patient. But we had to figure out how often should he walk. Now, it's recommended if you really want to have an impact on your health, you need to do at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Okay, and that's not a whole lot. He decided, okay, Dr. Quinn, what I plan to do is, he told me he woke up every morning at 6:30 a.m. So he was just going to wake up at 6 o'clock and do 30 minutes. And what he was going to do is he was going to set his timer, walk 15 minutes out, bing, 15 minutes back, get in the shower. I told him to make sure he took a shower because if he went to work without a shower,
The F might stand for fire.
Yeah, fire intensity. That's very important to define. Now, note, this patient, like the patient we talked about earlier, he was not a previous walker. This is new to him. So ideally, you would really, really walk fast, power walk. But we both agreed we're going to start slow, not slow, but brisk. Walking to the point where maybe you can't sing, but you can talk a little bit winded. And then we would increase the intensity. But if he started feeling very winded, then he would decrease the intensity. But that's a very important comment.
Okay, so when we talk about time with FIT goals, what does that mean?
Well, basically, we hit it a minute ago. It's recommended to do at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Okay, that 30 minutes, that gives you 150 minutes a week. Now, ideally, if you really want to have an impact, you would get up to 300 minutes a week, which would be 1 hour, 5 days a week. But if you want to start out with 30 minutes, 5 days a week, that'll be fine. And you can even divide it up, where you do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 in the evening. So that's very.
That seems doable.
Yeah, encouraging. Now, right, and we had to come up with the type of exercise. Now, this particular patient, like the earlier patient, they chose to do the walking. But then, as you all saw with me and Melissa earlier, we showed you that we have different types of workouts that we do. Also, what I share with my patient is the research is overwhelmingly demonstrated. If you can add resistance training, that's very, very beneficial because it helps with those muscles. And with those muscles, you have more lean body mass, and that actually stimulates your metabolism, where you can burn calories more effectively. Even when you're not doing anything at all, it raises your resting metabolic rate, which is very, very beneficial to someone striving for better health. Also, you want to take in a lot of protein when you're working out so you can maintain that muscle mass, because that's very important as well. And then lastly, the E, my wife, Miss Melissa's favorite thing.
You have to enjoy it.
You have to have enjoyment. Enjoyment is so very important. Because if it's something you don't enjoy doing,
you're not going to do it, and working out should not feel like a chore.
it shouldn't. It really shouldn't, and a lot of people don't get that. So some of the things that we do for enjoyment is we switch it up. Like for instance, you know,
some days I'll ride the bike, and sometimes I'll even use the weights.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll run on the treadmill, and then sometimes maybe I'll do a yoga class or a Pilates class through the Peloton app.
Right, but she always does something different, and then for me, I switch it up as well. Some days I'll do the running outside. Then some days I'll do the Peloton inside. I'll do the Peloton upstairs, and then I do the weights on other days. But I do different body parts on different days of the week. Something else that's been really, really good for me to keep it fun is music. Music, that is so beneficial and motivating. Bottom line is you have to find music you like. I have one patient, she loves gospel music, and she does a lot of gospel music while she's working out, and she even participates in a gospel aerobics class with her church on 2 nights a week. That's really good for her. But you have to find something that you enjoy. We hope that this production has been helpful for everyone in the viewing audience, and we just encourage you to talk to your doctor about a fit prescription. Frequency, intensity, time, type, and enjoyment.